Hi, my country people, now welcome back again. We don't carry Korraobidi matter and her ex-husband, Justin Dean, come, my people. This time around, Justin Dean, they cry, don't film at his ex-wife, Korraobidi, reveals what happened that Korraobidi used him and dumped. Like seriously, my people, Korraobidi used you and dumped you. Hmm. This is fantastic, my people. We all saw when this man sent out our sister Korraobidi with the newborn baby. Why is he complaining now? He is the one that um wanted the divorce. Why is he shedding tears? Why is he crying now, my people?
So
Yeah.
our relationship is perfect with
Right
each other,
now,
to be
he
honest with
looks
you. She
so
treated me with
frustrated.
respect.
Child,
She treated me
just move
like I was a
on.
king, and
It
I
has
returned
happened.
in kind.
Cora is not going back.
So
He's not coming back to you any
why did she
longer.
move to China? She
Cry,
moved to
cry,
China because
baby.
she released an
Ah,
EP that was an
just
utter
move on,
failure.
okay?
And
Like seriously, I
she
don't
moved to China
understand why
because she
this
wasn't
man is
making money as a
bringing
singer,
back
as a dancer.
this story.
She had broken up
Guy,
with her
move
boyfriend,
on.
and she
We are not
needed to go and make some
interested
money.
any longer.
That was the
Carry
goal, was
your
to go to China
story
for a
and
few
waka,
years, make some
eh?
money, and come back and
Just
build a house or something like
rest,
that.
rest, my people.
Well, I encouraged her
Make una hear from this
adamantly to
horse's
follow her
mouth,
dreams
okay?
because I was the product of somebody that overcame insurmountable odds to accomplish my dreams. And at 28, that's 28 years old, I had accomplished every dream that I had, every goal that I had put out at that point. So I was extremely happy with where I was, and I knew what it felt like to accomplish something very difficult, to accomplish a dream, and then actually see it occur. And I wanted that for her. I wanted that for my wife, soon to be wife at that time. So every single day, and I mean every day, we would go out and we would think of content ideas. And I would film for her. I would motivate her. I would push her to be her best. We would do maybe 50 takes of a dance scene on any given day sometimes. And we wouldn't do it until we wouldn't stop until both of us were very happy with the result. And after a few months of this, see what was working and see what wasn't, I decided that it was working. When she moved to China, she had 43,000 Instagram followers and barely any followers anywhere else. And after just a few months, we got her up to like 80,000 roughly. So we were seeing what was working or not. So in high school, I actually took video productions. I took 2 years of video productions. I made the highlight reel for my cross-country team. I really liked editing videos. So what I did is I bought a subscription to Adobe, and I would take the videos and I would actually speed up her body movements to make her look like a better dancer. Now, she's an extremely gifted, talented dancer anyways, but for social media, it's all about like getting your attention past the first 3 seconds. So I would speed up her hips so they would bounce more. I would speed up her arms so it looked a little bit more eye-catching, because sometimes on video it's not, what looks really good in real life doesn't look as good on camera. So you have to speed it up a little bit. You got to make the hip movements. You got to make it pop more. And that was exactly what I did. And this is very difficult for me to talk about because I just simply want to move on with my life and raise my daughters in peace and tranquility. But, like I said, she's made $2 million in the last year and a half off of trashing the father of her children, who they love and adore, I will say. So we'd speed up the videos, and I could see it was starting to gain traction. People like the story, country hick, Nigerian princess. That was really sticky as well. So after about, I would say, this was probably about June, I proposed to her on the bund. And I asked her to quit her job, where she was making around, I can't remember the exact number, it was like $2,500 or $3,000 a month, which she had to pay 20% of that to her brother-in-law to pay for the, I don't know, for getting her the job, basically. That being said, she actually, on her paperwork, lied to the Chinese government and said that she was an American from Salt Lake City. But she was not. Anyways, I didn't care about that. So I proposed to her, and I asked her to quit her job because we needed to be able to spend more time on creating content. Because at this point, I was absolutely head over heels in love with her. And I'm a strategist, I'm a thinker, this is even difficult for you to talk about. So I come to the conclusion that I was making pretty good money then, about 10 grand a month, which was tax-free money. I didn't have to pay taxes on it. So I said, well, I can just pay all our bills. You should just quit your job and we'll just make content all day. And that's what she did. She quit her job. She still had to pay 20% of her income, or I don't remember the exact percentage, something like that, to her brother-in-law, so that I paid off her brother-in-law the rest of the balance due, because she still had like 8 more months of work or something like that. It was a pretty significant, it was like, I don't know, it was like $7,000 or $8,000 or something. So I paid him so that she didn't have any obligation to him, and she could just create content all day. And that's what we did. I was only working maybe 4 hours a day. So they only had a select group of athletes that I was working with. They wouldn't actually let an athlete work with me unless they were top 3 in the country, which I didn't really agree with, but it is what it is. So yeah, she quit her job and we started making content every day. And it really, at that point, they really started to blow up. It really did. She really was starting to get like really happy. And anytime, I remember giving her pep talks until 2 or 3 in the morning when I had to work at 8 about we can do this, like, you know, just like this we can do this. We can really make this work. We can really like make you into like a Beyonce of Africa. All we need is like strategy. And so then we started talking about going back to the States. And originally my plan was actually to move to Central Oregon, Bend, Oregon. It's kind of a mountainous, beautiful wonderland, which is more my ideal living. I love mountains more than the ocean. But I told her, I was like, in the entertainment industry, there's only 2 options of places to live to really make your dreams in this particular entertainment industry even possible. It was Los Angeles or New York City. But she didn't want to deal with the snow, so we moved to Los Angeles, which is probably the better choice anyways, because this is where Hollywood is, this is where all the music studios are, and that sort of thing. So, made a plan to move to Hollywood. We went and did the traditional wedding, and then I moved to Los Angeles, here, where we are now, not knowing a soul. I didn't know anyone from LA. I'd only been to the outskirts of LA once or twice. So I moved here, and I remember it being a very sad, lonely time because I just came off of like this crazy experience living in China and then living in Nigeria and just all these culturally interesting times. And I had spent a lot of the money that we had made on doing like going and eating at awesome places and traveling and paying for the wedding, paying for her brother. So I spent a lot of my money preparing, and then it was like $10,000 for the immigration to immigrate her here. So by the time I got to LA, I really only had like maybe $10,000 to my name. So while I was trying to build my first business, which was a failure, mind you, I was living in hostels. So I remember staying in this particular hostel that was like $30 a night. It was a room with bunk beds, 3 bunks on each side. So I was staying with 6 men, And it was quite obvious that some of them were drug dealers, some of them were like down on their luck, down on their times. And it was, it was kind of like, in my mind, it was like, okay, now I'm backsliding in life a little bit. I just came off of living in a penthouse in one of the most beautiful areas in China, in Shanghai, in Jing'an, near a temple. And now I'm living in a hospital with drug dealers to pursue my wife's dreams. That's why we moved here. We moved to LA for her dreams. And I was fully on board with it, And it definitely worked. It definitely, I did everything in my power to never let her give up on her dreams. She tried to give up on several instances. I remember several times throughout the marriage, she was so frustrated with not making money that she'd want to drive for Uber, or she'd want to go work at a clothing store or be a waitress. And I would just say, no, that's going to distract you from your dream. And so getting a job that pays minimum wage is just going to take up your time, and it's not like our bills are not paid. So why would we decrease the amount of time that you have to work on your craft? So I always adamantly said, don't get a job. Like, I pay all the bills. Make the plan literally was for her to get a major contract or really get it off the ground. And then while she was in the peak of her career, I would just travel with her and be her manager and take care of everything she needed. So I was completely devoted to helping her achieve everything that she wanted to achieve. And I did that. I did help. I was there every single day filming. I was there every single day editing photos. I was there every single day coming up with content ideas. I was there every day in her corner, supporting her, loving her, and just being a cheerleader for her. Because I was in love. That's just who I am. That's what I do. That's what I do with my kids. And that's what I do for anybody I love. So I truly dedicated my all, everything I had, my energy, my intellect, my finances, my spirit, my body, to propelling her forward so that she could accomplish what she wanted to accomplish. And it was like I put just as much energy into her dreams as I did my own. And after a time, which I will never do again, our entire family structure was centered around her social media needs. And it's like I really went above and beyond to try to always make her happy. I remember many occasions like that I would work a 10-hour day, and she was, at home with June and just miserable because she was at home with June and she wanted to be out. So after a 10-hour day, I would watch June and tell her to go out salsa dancing, and she would do this once a week. Once a week, I would, and I was always busy at that time, like literally 10-hour days, because I was trying to, pay off my student loans. I was trying to get us financially, solvent and get us financially in a stable place so that we could buy a home. So I worked a lot, and then when I came home, she would want to go out, and I would watch June, and she would go out and party or whatever she did until 4 and 5 in the morning, and I would be up with June, feeding her, whatever was necessary, while she went out and did what she needed to do. And then I'd get up at 7 or 8 in the morning and do the process again. So I was very sleep deprived, very tired all the time. And I really dedicated 5 years of my life to making sure that she was happy, making sure that she accomplished what she wanted. And she did accomplish it all. And what did she do once she accomplished it? It's really, it really hurts me that a person that I spent so much of my life trying to build up and just fill that need, that deep, solid need that she had to be this international famous artist. That, you know, it just hurts me that she would turn around, see an opportunity, because the opportunity was there, to try to destroy my life at personal income of herself.